Very good afternoon to everyone. Today I will be presenting exploratory data analysis on Euromart data. So let me go ahead and start. So first of all, we'll see what is Euromart. Euromart is one of the retail store which is having more than 15 branches across the Europe nations, and we want to leverage its data and want to improve its the business side aspect of it. So that's why they have come to service show. So we are trying to analyze the data and we will give insights to them. So this is the table of contents that I will be covering. So if I come now, as you can see, the data we have received in CSV format. So they have come up with column statement stating that they want to improve their sales and profitability, but also we have to give the suggestions on it. For example, identifying the top performers and understanding the challenges in underperforming areas and optimizing discount and shipping mode and leveraging the customer feedback and improve the product. So these are the core 5 areas that they want to look at the data into. So we are using certain tools like Python and MySQL. So why Python? Python is one of the open source programming language and it is useful for presenting the data and update. It can be used for data manipulation and all. And the platform we are using is Jupyter Notebook along with VS Code and MS MySQL. And the versions of the we are using the latest version of Python, and all others are up to date versions of we are using. So we get a good aspect from it if we use the updated version. So the pipeline that we are following is we start with the data acquisition that we have already received the data, and we go with the problem statement and choose the environment for doing the analysis. So next we load the data. For data loading we use MySQL. We like to use MySQL and Jupyter Notebook, and then we do data cleaning and next we get familiarized with the data and identify the target variables because they have already told they are interested in profitability and they are interested in profitability and sales also. And next we do the data preparation and transformation. Here we do data cleaning and then the feature engineering. So here data cleaning, I'll get deep dive into that. And then we do data analysis and visualization. Here in data analysis we do univariate and multivariate analysis, and then we do suggestions and the conclusion. So next, when I come into data loading, so as I told, we are loading the data into MySQL. So these are the steps that we take to do in MySQL. First we set up the MySQL environment. So here we created the table and we import the data, and we have created one database named Euromart. In that we will fetch the data from Euromart data from MySQL and load back into Jupyter Notebook. It is Unveiling file that we are using. So for that, first we import necessary libraries, because in order to work with them, in order to work properly, we want to use necessary libraries. For example, MySQL connector connects with MySQL and Unveiling file, and NumPy pandas used for data manipulation and numerical analysis, and Matplotlib and Seaborn are used for data visualization purpose, and we also use this warning, so it will ignore the warning. So if I get right away, like we have imported the data, we have imported the necessary libraries, then we are trying to connect with MySQL. So as you can see, we are querying we are trying to connect with MySQL, and by giving the authentication of password and the localhost and the connection. So once it is there, we load back into Jupyter Notebook or in the VS Code. So why we are doing this? Because when we send to MySQL, it removes all the empty rows. So in a way, so our data will be cleaned also in a way, and also it will make the data without the empty rows. It will make easier for us to analyze. So next, once we get that, once we load back the data into VS Code, we will just see how the data looks. So we will just get familiarized with the data. That we will see we can see head, tail, shape, size, and info. So head shows the top 5 rows, and we will see the top rows, bottom rows, and shape of the data, that is dimensions of the data, and the size of the data and info. So as we can see, This is a structured data we have decided in table format, and we have 17 columns into 8,047 rows. That is the dimensions of the data. And we have a mix of data like we have object, float, int, etc. So it's a mix of different data types, and we have also numerical and qualitative and numerical and categorical columns as well. And nulls is already removed, and you can see that it is taking around 1 MB plus file size. So I'll just go. This I have already explained this in the head, shape, info, and all. Yeah. Now if I come to identifying the target variable, so we directly got profit and sales as the target variable from the problem statement. So we will get into data preparation and transforming. So first we will do data cleaning. So in data cleaning we will perform, first we will remove the missing data. So if the missing data is more than 80%, we will we can ignore those columns or we can delete that one, or we can do imputation by mean or median. So if it is categorical, we will do by mode, and if it is numerical, we will do median or mean. And also we can reduce the unwanted columns if it is there, and we can also remove the duplicate columns. So once it is done, we could also find outliers, and here the objective does not tell us to alter the data, so we are not finding the outliers and modifying the data. So first we will get into handling missing data. So if we see there is no null values present, as you can see there is no null values present, and all the columns are having the equal number of elements. So we could say there is no null values, and we can reduce the remove the unwanted columns. As we can see, there is no much unwanted columns are there, but some 2 rows are repeated. So we will delete those repeated rows. So next what we will do is we will format the data types. For example, we might have to rename the columns, or some columns might be in different format. So we will just format it. So first we will rename the feedback column. It is the name is little. There is one exclamation, it's a question mark in the feedback. So we just rename it. And also we are changing the data type. For example, order date into date format, and there are, as you can see here, there are certain columns which is in the format of object. Yeah, as you can see, it is in the format of object. It is taking 1 plus MB of 5. So since it is a very small data, we could handle in our systems. But if it is a very large data, so it will be little difficult for the system to run. So what we will do is I will just change that object to category. So once this object is changed to category, you could see that 1 MB file, 1 MB memory is being reduced to 700 KB. So if you take in a large scale, this is small data. If you take in a real-time world, so by optimizing the data types, we could save some memory and it will increase the computation time. So next we will go with creating new variables, that is we called as feature engineering. So these are some of the variables that I wanted to create, like year, month and day, which is extracted from the order date, and quarter and week. So from that month we will take the January, February, March as first quarter, like that, and week from the order date, and also the order size, number of times the customer has purchased the items. So once we have done that, our data is pretty much clean for doing the analysis. So we will just get into analysis. Before that, we will just see the columns. What are the columns? So from here, from total sales to profit and order size, these are all the year, month and all. These are all the features that I have created. These are all the columns which are already present. Okay. So first we will do univariate analysis. So in doing univariate analysis, first I will describe the data. In that you could see like a mean, median, mode, quartiles, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and min max. So from this we can't directly get any information as we want. So even if the categorical columns are also included, so we might have to do perform the univariate analysis on single variables. So before that, I will just see like how many elements are elements are there in each column. For example, some of the column is having this much unique IDs. So if you see what are those unique IDs, there are so many unique IDs. So here also we could not able to get the insights from it. So we will just do the univariate analysis of categorical columns. So I will go by applying the univariate analysis for a particular column based on the data type. If it is a numerical, I could, if it is categorical, I will plot this kind of bar graph or pie chart. If it is a numerical, I will just go with mean, median, mode and all. So first I will go with countries. So as we can see, the France is France, Germany. France, Germany, and United Kingdom are the top 3 countries which is providing more sales for the Euromart. And if we go by states, and England, France, and Westphalia, these are the top 3 states. And if I go by the customer segment, consumer segment is the most popular segment which is giving more sales to Euromart. And if I come by shipping modes, people prefer economy shipping mode, but immediate shipping mode is the very least priority one. And whereas when I come to different category of goods, office supply is the top. If I come by subcategory, art, binder, storage are the top 3 subcategories. There are, I could say, like half and half customers have given feedback on the products. So it is really concern for the Euromart because only half of them have given the feedback on the product. So they might have to get into that and try to take some measures to improve their improve to collect the data. If you see distribution of discount, so discount is ranging from 0 to 80%, and most of the discounts are falling under 0 to 20%. And you could see that this is positively skewed because mean is greater than median. So as we can see that it is the data is having the right tail, and you can say it is positively skewed. And similarly, if we come to total profit, the total profit also, as we can see, it is concerning that the profit is also in the negative part. So some of the products, you can understand that some of the products are sold with a loss also. And this is, as you can see, almost it is, I could say almost it is normally distributed, but there is a little bit of skewness is there. And if I come to profit margin, here also, as you can see, it is negative side also the profit margin is there. That means some of the products are sold in loss. So if I come to quantity, this is positively skewed. The quantity, order quantity ranges from 0 to 14. That is the maximum order which is done is 14 by a customer. Similarly, if I go by months, so as you can see, the first half of the, if we take June, the first half of the year is having very less sales compared to the second half. So maybe the November, December, August, September it could be because of their seasonality. It could be because of New Year sales or Easter, or it depends on the European culture. So as you can see, the more number of sales happening in the year end. And if we come by calendar days, it is also equally distributed, but if you see the middle of the month and the end of the month, there is more number of sales happening. So this is our univariate analysis. Now if we get into multivariate analysis, we know that profit and quantity, profit and sales are the target variables, but we also have to find the relation between the target variables with other feature variables. So if we see the quantity is having, what do you say, good correlation, that is above 0 value, and this total sales, profit margin, profit discount, these are all features that we have created. So I am only looking at first 4. So if you see that quantity, we could include quantity also along with the target variable because it is having a good correlation. So if I do, what I will do is I will start plotting the graph with the target variable. For example, if I plot with the region, the central region is performing better and giving more sales compared to north and south. And the order quantity, if you see, it is nearly same, around 3 or 4, between 3 and 4. And the profit margin in central region is high, but north is very low. This is really concerning because you could see only 3.5% of average profit margin from the north region compared to other. So this middle line is the average point. It is in the 9%. Okay. Similarly, if I go by, so first we have seen the region. Now I will get into country. So as you could see, there are several countries which is performing really well above the average sales. And you could see that there is something like, for example, Denmark. If I take Denmark, so Denmark is at the negative profit margin. So maybe Euromart has entered into Denmark and they have promoting their products. That's why they are selling their products at a very low price and they are incurring loss. And as we can see, the product quantity it does not matter because it is in the range of 3 to 4. So we could ignore. Once the country is done, we will get into the state. So if we see the state, the top 3 states. So this is the top 3 states. This is the bottom states. So there are certain states which is performing well. There is not much insight from that. But if we get into the cities, it is also the same. So what I will do is next I'll just show this. Okay, it is the same. I'm plotting with the target variable. For example, here I am plotting with sales. This is the top and this is the bottom. Bottom 10 cities. This is the top 10 cities. This is the profit margin. Okay, as you could see, everything it is the flavor is same among the country, state, and the cities and all. So what I will do next, I will plot my customer segment. Here, as you can see, the normal customer like us are purchasing more compared to corporate and home office. So that is good. And if you see the profit margin, it is also in the positive side. So there is nothing to worry for the Euromart to analyze. And here the order quantity is between 3 to 4. Okay, so there is not much insight from that. So we might have to look into some other parts, like we will go through the product category. If you see product category, technology is having the most sales and it is having the most margin. And the order quantity is 3 to 4. It is same across all the variables. The same thing when it comes to subcategory also. So there is, the flavors are same. So even the shipping mode, but you can see here in shipping mode there is something. For example, most of the people have purchased economy. But if you see the profit margin, economy is slightly above the profit margin of the average profit margin. But if you see immediate, there is very less portion of the people purchasing immediate, but the profit margin is very high. So if you are not able to capture these customers and increase their sales in immediate shipping mode, they could definitely increase their revenue. So that is one part. So till now what we have seen is the top performers. So now we will see like what is going wrong with the Euromart, because we can see that operational inefficiency. For example, if we see by region versus countries. So as you can see, there are certain countries which is contributing to less than 5% of the sales, like Denmark, Ireland and all. So what I will do, I will select these countries and I will look into it. So within the Denmark country, which are the states that is underperforming, we could see each state is having multiple branches and certain branches are performing very good. So you might have to work on these states where the business is coming less than 5%. As you can see, Belgium is having around 3 cities which is having less than 5% sales. So what I will do, I will select those cities and I will plot. So if I plot, then I could see there is one thing concerning here is, if you could see in each city there is in each state there is only one branch. So that is the reason it goes up to 2 to 3 branches. There is one city which is going up to 3 branches. So the reason why the sales is low, because within the city there is single branch. So if there are multiple branches, they could have targeted to more number of customers. So maybe I think they are entering into this city, they are trying to expand their business. So that is why it is coming like that. So next what I will do is I will try to look at the discount and shipping mode. So, is there any relation between them? As you could see, as the profit margin increases, as the discount increases, the profit margin is keep on decreasing. But here in immediate it is reverse. The profit margin is high, but the discount is low. That is, more number of people are willing to get the products immediately, and they are willing to pay, even though by paying at a higher price. So you don't have to target them. So there is one interesting relation that is seen here. As you could see, what I am doing is I am plotting the discounts. So it is from ranging from 0 to 80. And also the target variables, sales, profit and quantity. If you could see, as the discount increases, the profit margin keeps on decreasing. And if you see, as the discount increases, the order quantity also increase. And also, sorry, order quantity, sales increases, but order quantity remains decreasing. So the Euromart has to balance this, and so they have to select a particular discount range for their product so as to gain the more sales and the more quantity. So I think if it is ranging from 15 to 10 to 15%, the profit margin will be positive, as well as the order quantity is also little high. So I recommend that around 15% should be great if Euromart keep the discount, 10 to 15%. And now we will see certain customers have given feedback. So we will see the top, as you can see that around 50% of them have given feedback. If we deep dive into target variables, it is also same like it's like half and half. Like for example, in sales also certain products they have given half of the feedback and they are not given the feedback. So there is not much insight from it. We could see the top 10 products. For example, these are the product names which is selling more in Euromart. And top 10 with true feedback and false feedback. That is, customer has given the feedback, giving good ratings, and customer has given the feedback which is with low ratings. So now the interesting part is Euromart is having all the inventory in them. Now they want to increase the sales. So we know the discount part, but if they combine one product with other, for example, complementary products. For example, if you purchase book, a pen could be a complementary product. So we will see like what could be the complementary products that Euromart could do in order to increase the sales. So we could see that some of the products which is selling more, like Nokia smartphone and all this. These are the loyal customers. The loyal customers should be rewarded so as to make them to continue their purchasing behavior. And there are some products which is having very high margin. So they have to promote these products in order to increase their sales. And if we see, office supplies is having good profit margin around 12% compared to other three. That is the category. If you go by subcategory, that is very concerning that chairs and tables are having negative profit. They are selling at a loss. So they might have to reprice the products, or we might have to understand why they are selling at with a loss. So nobody wants to sell in loss. So if they are selling in loss, maybe that could be new category that they have included in Euromart, or otherwise they have too much inventory. They want to get rid of the inventory. And if you see that most of the customers have purchased from 1 to 3 order size. So what we will do, like if we see 2, that means if a customer has 2 products. So what could be those? So as you can see, customer purchase office supplies with office supplies with technology, and office supplies, furniture with office supplies. So we could see there are 2 combination of products. If Euromart able to bring some offers or promote these complementary products, the sales could increase. Similarly, if I go for three items, we could see office supplies. The 3 products are office supplies. The sales are more. If office supplies with technology, the sales are second highest. So we could see these are the possible combinations that they could offer to customers in order to increase their sales. So, and apart from that, we could also see that which is the right time to target the customers. We could see that there is not much difference, but Q3, Q4 is having very high demand and more number of sales going. And if you see by weeks also, there is an equal distribution of weeks across the month, and we could see that week starting and like there is an equal distribution, like I said. So now I come to conclusion. So summary part I explained. Now I only give the suggestions. So for example, in identifying the top performers, what I want to say is they want to focus on the top performing countries, because there anyway they are getting the sales. They want to increase they want to leverage on it, and they want to increase their sales. And if I come to strategies, they want to they want to tailor the products, because I was telling you that the product combination and all, they want to tailor the discounts and product category combination for the customers. If I come to lower underperforming areas, so here what I suggest is don't expand rapidly, but as with the same pace, slowly expand the what do you say, more branches in the areas, and also prioritize on the office supplies because that is giving high margin. In underperforming areas, if they leverage on the office supplies, they might do good business. And if I come to optimizing discounts, I'll say like around 20%, 15 to 20% margin would be discount would be better because that is giving a positive margins. And I'm also saying that focus on only high margin products. And if I come to customer feedback, so we could see half and half customers have given the feedback, so they have to take some measures to increase the feedback, to get the feedback. And by getting the feedback, they might also get the potential issues. And if I come to improving product mix, I want to say that expand the range of office supplies because there is very high margin. And as you could see, chairs and tables having negative profit, they could have restructured the price. And the customer, like, they could cross sell the complementary products as I told. And if they want to sell, means giving more offers in third quarter and fourth quarter could be beneficial. And additional recommendation I will give is that if they collect even more data, so in the future they could analyze even better. And for the top loyal customers, if they give more promotion, coupons or discount, even they will do even more purchases from the Euromart. And I want to say that in the in underperforming regions, if they streamline the logistics and all, so even that might also be good pocket for the revenue. So by this, I concluded the Euromart. If you have anything, please ask.
Yeah, any questions? Madam, you guys, you have any questions?